In other news, almost 270,000 people found jobs between the second and third quarters of this year. Manufacturing, trade, construction and the transport sector recorded the biggest job gains. Ntokozo Khumalo spoke to the Statistician-General Risenga Maluleke today.
We certainly did get some positive news out of Stats SA today, and those sectors that were driving employment number in the third quarter include manufacturing, construction and transport. While we did see some job losses in finance, mining and agriculture, over 204,000 jobs were created between the second quarter of the year and the third quarter. And now I'm joined by Statistician-General Risenga Maluleke to unpack some of those numbers. Now, the drop in the unemployment rate is encouraging. Could you just help us unpack where we saw those significant moves in the third quarter?
Let me start off by saying that our job as Stats SA is never to be discouraged or to be encouraged by numbers, because sometimes we produce numbers that show that we are not gaining jobs. But as regards the whole issue of jobs, I don't want us to look at the third quarter alone. I want us to look at the second quarter coming out of the first quarter. There were about 648,000 jobs gained between the first and the second quarter. Now, again in the third quarter coming out of the second quarter, there are about 204,000 jobs gained. So we are seeing an increase in the number of jobs. Whereas on the side of the unemployed, we are seeing a decrease. In the first quarter to second quarter, we had seen a decrease by 132,000 jobs. Now we are seeing a decrease by 269,000 jobs. So with an increase in employment and a decrease in unemployment, our unemployment rate is declining. As of now, in the third quarter that we are reporting on, it has declined by 1 percentage point from 33.9% to 32.9%. Having said so, we are seeing that even the discouraged work seekers, in terms of their movements, as well as those that would have taken up employment. So we are seeing that in the second quarter, we were sitting at about 12.3 million expanded unemployment people that were not having jobs. But as of now, we are sitting at 11.9 million. So the expanded unemployment rate is decreasing as well. Women in general and young people still remain vulnerable to labor markets. Young people 15 to 24 years, we can see that their unemployment rate is still sitting very high, sitting at about 59.6%, having decreased by about 1.8 percentage points from the previous quarter. But when we look at those not in employment, education or training, especially for those age cohort 15 to 24, we are sitting with about 3.5 million out of a total population of that cohort at 10.2 million. So certainly young people pull it hard. But when you look at women, particularly black African women, they are far above the national average, sitting at about 39.1% unemployment rate versus the national one, which is sitting at 32.9%.